Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be organizing and customizing my iPhone for spring. So I'll be doing a little iPhone spring clean and aesthetic makeover, as well as sharing with you what's on my iPhone. Alright, I scooched over a bit so you could see my phone, and this is what it looks like at the moment. It is customized and pretty for Valentine's Day. I gave it a nice pink theme, mostly on the first two pages, and then you get to the third one and it slowly loses it a bit, and then the fourth one loses it even more. It was kind of my scrap page. I even had a files widget with a bunch of documents that I used to access more. Now I don't really, so I deleted it, but there's just a bunch of apps that just get put on the, oh, there's another page, on those last two pages, and I don't really need all of them. Some of them are not even on my phone. They're kind of in the cloud and I don't use them ever, so I'm just gonna organize that a bit later on in the video. First thing we're going to do is go on Pinterest and find spring aesthetic, spring vibes, just using those keywords to kind of find a nice cohesive theme for photos for my background, as well as all of the widgets I have. These are just Widgetsmith apps. They're just photos that I usually get off Pinterest. So I'm gonna jump over there and see what I can find. Last year, I'm pretty sure I used this photo as my background. It was super pretty. I'm just gonna save it and create a board, and I will link the board down below of all the photos that I think could be of use or the ones that I actually use. Okay, here's some of the photos that I actually ended up downloading. There's more in the board, but I was trying to go with a cohesive theme, and I was torn between pulling in Easter, which I think I'm still gonna do. There's some eggs. There are a few cute bunnies. I even looked up some chick photos because they're just so darn cute, but I think I'm gonna do this one as my background and then kind of figure out what the other ones could be for my widgets. So let's start with changing my background. So you just hit the bottom left square with the arrow and then click use as wallpaper. Now it will pull up the lock screen, which is a new thing. I think it was with iOS 16 where you could customize your lock screen, which I'm not gonna do too much in this video, but I will be showing you my lock screen as well. But this is the image I'm going to do, and I'm just gonna say customize home screen instead of set wallpaper pair. So it comes up like this, and then you can choose what you want. Pulls a color from the photo, it pulls a gradient, or it's just the photo, which makes you select it again, which is kind of annoying. But I'm just gonna select the photo and click done. The only thing that I'm pretty sure it does do is change your lock screen as well, even though, wait, I don't understand why it does that when I just say home screen. I mean, the photo that I picked could be my lock screen photo, but I do want to change it. So I'm just gonna hold down on my lock screen and click customize. I was playing around with this one and I changed it like multiple times, but this is the photo that I want to use for my lock screen. It's a photo that I took a couple days ago. Everything's blooming here, so super beautiful. I'm gonna click customize, and then I'm just gonna change the lock screen photo to be the photo that I want. For some reason, it doesn't register the depth effect with this specific photo. I'm not sure why, but yeah. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Somehow I forgot to do a lock screen customization, so here it is. Just hold down on your lock screen, click customize, and then pick lock screen if you want to customize it. You can change the font and the color of the font. I just changed it to the bottom left one, which I like the best. And you can scroll through the colors to choose something specific, but I liked what it came up as. You can even change the widget above the clock to something else other than the date, but I actually like the date, so I kept it like that. You can also add a widget underneath the clock if you don't have the depth effect in action, basically. And you can scroll down through all of your apps that have widgets that go along with them. I ended up choosing the fitness one as well as a motivation one. The motivation quotes is an external app, non-Apple, but it just shows motivational quotes throughout the day. I also picked this plant nanny one, another non-Apple app that you can water your plant and hydrate. Basically, you water your plant with the water that you water yourself with. So you'll be able to see how much water progress you've made throughout the day, and then once you're done customizing and you click done, you can actually click any of the widgets to bring up that specific app, and in the case of Plant Nanny, you're actually able to water your plant right with that button. So super easy to just toggle that when you've been hydrating, so it's a quick and easy way to track your water consumption. But yeah, that is my iPhone lock screen customization. All right, so now the home screen is different from the lock screen. I mean, I could even use that photo that I took as my home screen photo, but I like the pastel colors in the other ones. So I'm going to go to my home screen and start changing the widgets as well. I'm going to Widgetsmith. That is an external app that you can download, and you can add small widgets, medium widgets, or large widgets, whether they're photos or countdowns or to-do lists or calendars. Did I say that? So many different choices. The only thing that does not come with it is like a weather app, and I just hate the weather widget that comes with the actual weather app. So we're gonna change that later, and there's another app that I will show you. But right now I'm just gonna add another small widget. I think there's 3 widgets on my various home screens, so I'm just gonna add the 3 ones that I want. And then I'm also going to quickly change the color of the calendar widget that I have. I kind of want a more pinky color, even though I'm pretty sure this color matches the background of my actual iOS icons. I still kind of want to do something different. So I'm gonna go in. I mean, you can pick a color like that, but then you can also pick something that's already set. And I kind of like the pastel pink, and I'm gonna change the tint color, which I'm pretty sure is the text color, yeah, to white. It's a little darker than maybe I want. I'm gonna try pale pink. Because I'm pretty sure it's already set as medium number 3, I'm pretty sure it changes automatically. It just needs a second. Am I correct? Yes. I'm gonna leave it like that. We'll see if I change my mind, but then let's go ahead and change those widgets. If you wanna add one from scratch, you just hold down on your screen and then just click edit home screen. It could be an app or the widget. And then click the plus button. Then you're given tons of options for apps that actually have a widget. Some of them don't, some of them have better widgets than other ones, but then at the bottom, Widgetsmith is there as well, and you can click it and add a small one, a medium, or a large. In order to change a widget you already have, you would just click it and then change it. So that's my first one. That's my second one, I think. I'll do that one for my third one. And I think actually those are all the widgets I have. I'm still not sure how I feel about them together. Okay, I think I found a better image that goes with the widget better, because I just love that photo. It's like the castle in the background from Disney, and then the flowers. It's just really pretty. And I think this coloring might match better. So I had to end the screen recording because I needed to lock my phone, but I'm just gonna hold down on my lock screen and change the home screen just like I did before, except this time I won't mess it up. There we go. It's a little bit busy, but I think the coloring matches really nicely and I really like it. The only thing that I might add, if I can, is I wonder if I can add a border to the widget. Yes, I totally can. Okay, I played around with the border color a bit and I ended up going with the pale pink color. I think it matches really well. And I'm still torn about the calendar. I changed it to pale pink, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's really pretty though. Everything looks super spring and pastel. The other ones I'm gonna leave as is, except for this one. I'm gonna change this one again. I changed it to this quote that says, "Blossom by blossom, spring begins," which is very on theme. All right, now let's try an experiment with this weather widget that just comes with the phone. It changes the background color based on the weather, which is great and helpful and nice, but it's not as aesthetic as you want it to be. And if you want to pay in Widgetsmith, you can add a weather widget, I'm pretty sure, but I found an app called Aesthetic Kit that I think I can customize and change, and it won't be paid for and it won't be ugly, hopefully. Let's see. So I'm gonna click the plus button in the bottom and click widget. I'm gonna say ignore. I'm gonna scroll down to the weather, and there's a few different options, but I think I'm gonna go with the small. I'm gonna go with Greendale, but I think I can change things. So I'm gonna make the city Charlotte for now, and then I'm gonna change the background image to a solid color. I guess you only have a certain selection, but then you can change it like that. I wish it gave you the option to actually add the color, like submit a specific color. Then you have the option to add photo. So let me see what they've got. Okay, this is really finicky. Every time I click an image, it just won't let me do it. Very weird. Okay, I'm just gonna give up. I don't know why it won't let me choose a photo, even though when I click save, it doesn't work. And if I do a solid color, say I do this green color, it works. I'm gonna just change the font and I guess it's only in Fahrenheit, which might give me the opportunity to learn Fahrenheit. We'll see. All right, install widget, see how it goes. So it's cute, it's just not exactly the color I want. It's the closest thing I could get to a weather widget app that is aesthetically pleasing. If you know a different one, please give me your recommendations in the comments below. I would like for it to be free. I'm just going to delete it and use the weather app that I have because it's good enough. But yeah, if you want to experiment with aesthetic kit, be my guest. It's a little finicky, but that's okay. Now that our widgets are nice and aesthetic and match the theme, I'm going to show you how to change your iOS icons to be something customized and matching. I'm not necessarily keeping all of these apps, but I did design the icon in Canva already for the ones that I do want to change, and then I will move on to organizing and removing the ones that I don't need. So to change your iOS icons, we're using the Shortcuts app, which is an app that comes with the iPhone. You're going to want to click the plus button and then click Add Action, Scripting, and Open App, and then click App and select the app you want to open. So I want to change the LTK Creator app. So then you'll click the little arrow at the top and click Add to Home Screen. I'm going to change the name to be LTK Creator and then click the icon on the left and choose photo. This is the photo that I have. Again, I designed it in Canva just with the square dimensions, and I used the logo basically and wrote creator underneath. It's not exactly the same color as the rest of them because I used a photo, but it looks good enough. And then I'll click choose and then add, and then it gets put onto your home screen, but it does leave the original app on there. So what you're going to want to do is hold down, click edit home screen, the little minus right on the top of the app, and then I want to click remove from home screen. Don't click delete app. It will delete the app if you do that. You're just going to want to click remove from home screen. It'll put it in the app library, which is at the very end, and that's where all the apps are that I don't want on my home screens, but they still exist on my phone. So I'm just going to quickly add the remaining ones that I want to keep on my phone and then organize my iPhone. Okay, so I only needed to add a few apps, but they ended up at the almost last screen. Now I'm just going to go through my apps and just organize my home screen and organize my iPhone, and then also remove the apps that are duplicated. I might just keep a couple on a scrap screen that has like folders, but for the most part, maybe delete them. And then I'm just leaving 3 folders there for now. I really don't need them to be there because for the most part, any app that I can think of, even the ones that are on my home screen sometimes, I just scroll up and type it out because it's just so fast for me. Sometimes I know where they are on the screen, for the most part, the first 2 or 3 screens, but for the apps that I know exist on my phone that aren't around and I don't use them as often, that's how I find them. But this is my phone organized and customized for spring. I love how it turned out. Super pastel, super aesthetic in my opinion, and super cute. So this is the first screen, the second screen, the third screen. One thing I'm gonna change is the to-do list. This is the reminders app that I use to basically plan my days. I'm gonna change the color to this pink color so it matches just a little bit more. So cute. That is it. I'll go through some of the apps I have on the home screen. So I have up at the top left, my home and settings and a folder, then clock, photos, camera, notes, Safari, Google Maps. Then I have 2 other apps, the AccuWeather app and the weather app that just comes with the phone. They're just in a folder called weather. And then I have Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, which includes Facebook and Messenger in a folder. Then on the next screen, I have Find My iPhone, my bank, Gmail, and then a workouts folder that's got a few different apps. This one's like a 30-day challenge kind of app, so you can pick a different body part and do like a 30-day challenge from easy, medium to hard. And then there's Daily Workouts, which is another workout app I was using more so when I had dumbbells and I was like lifting weights. We have different kinds of weights here, so like no dumbbells, but I rely on Anthony for help with choosing my workouts for that. But this is a great app if you want to check it out. It's called Daily Workouts. And then there's the Fit On app that I really never use. Strava, which I used to use a bunch when we were biking a bunch. And then 5K Runner, which is the Couch to 5K app, which I hope to implement as the weather gets even warmer. Thankfully, spring is upon us and the temperature is climbing. So very excited to start running again. Then we have the App Store, FaceTime, Ecobee, which is the temperature like system that I've got at the house. And then Starbucks, Fitness, which is like the fitness app that comes with the phone. Contacts, Pinterest, TikTok, and then the reminder app at the bottom. That's a widget that comes with it. Then I've got Photoshop. It's like the Photoshop Express. You can't really do a ton with it. Oh, and I'm clicking it and it's not even coming up. That's probably because when I don't use an app for a long time, it goes into the cloud. You can set a setting, I'm pretty sure, to like make it do that or not. I kind of like it because then it just gets rid of some stuff on my phone, creates less clutter and less memories taken up, but at the same time, that means there's a bookmark on my phone that's not even usable. So, I mean, I don't want to delete it, but it doesn't make sense. I'll delete the bookmark. And then we've got the Lightroom app and then Film, Template. Those are two apps that Zoe Sugg created with a couple other people, I think. You can edit like short form videos, add filters and stuff like that, which is cool. Template is more like an Instagram story template situation. Then we got Facetune. I use that a lot more on my iPad to edit thumbnails, blur some backgrounds sometimes, and then Canva as well. And then I have a bunch of photo touching apps: Peachy, PicArt, Photo Retouch, and Airbrush. Those ones I use mostly on my iPad also because it's just a bigger screen, but I have them on my phone as well. Then we've got Preview, where I plan my Instagram content. Files, which is just, you know, files. Canon, which is the Canon app that comes with my camera, where I can like remote film and shoot and also download photos from. Then I have Goodreads, Notion, which is where I plan my life. I do a lot of monthly resets and do a lot of planning in there. Then I have the LTK Creator app, which a lot of the links in my description are affiliate links, either through that or through Amazon. So if you shop through those links, you won't have to pay any extra, but a commission will be given to me for a purchase made through my links. So super nice. If you want to support my channel, shop the links in my description. I would really appreciate it. So that's where I can kind of track my progress and links and things like that. And then we have O-Waves, which is a really cool app that I recently got into, where you can plan your day through like visual circle format. You can just click edit, this pencil at the top right, drop in whatever activity that I want to do. So I kind of didn't edit it because I didn't know how long I would take to film, but here I am, I'm filming. I worked out this morning, I had a shower afterwards. It just time blocks your day, which is really helpful. And it actually syncs up to my Apple Watch as well. So soon enough, I'll get a notification that will say eat. And so it kind of lets me know when each task should be, you know, getting done, which is super helpful. I really have been enjoying it. I haven't been using it a ton, but I'm hoping to, you know, slowly get more into it. And then we have the Focus Keeper app. It's actually called Focus Keeper. The image is like, it looks like an orange, but I picked just this focus kind of graphic. I don't know. I don't love it, but that's what I picked. And it uses, I think it's called the Pomodoro method. So when you go to the timer section, you work for 25 minutes, just ultra focused, and then it gives you a 5-minute break, and then you start again, 25 minutes, 5-minute break, and you do that 4 times, and then you take a long break. So 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, then twice again, and then you take a long break, and then you start over. And yeah, it's super helpful. More or less keeps me engaged in the task that I'm doing. Sometimes it'll get to the part where I'm meant to take a break, but I'm so focused that I'll just keep going. Then it gets messed up because I'll get tired and I want to take a break, and then I'm like, more than 5 minutes. But I try my best, and it is super helpful if you want to try it out. That's an app that I really like to use to track that. And then I realized I didn't add the Plant Any app, so I added that one as well as Amazon because I use those both a ton on my phone. And then on the last page, that scrap page that I kind of said I have a bunch of Google apps just in a folder: Drive, Sheets, Chrome, you know, Google Chrome, and Google Photos, which I hardly use on my phone, which honestly I really should just get rid of. Maybe I will after this. And then I have a couple travel apps, the ArriveCan app, which technically I don't even need anymore, and then Alamo and Air Transat, which are the 2 things I've used recently, but they're gone. And then I have a couple home apps that are only relevant in Florida for like the fan and like our remote light and things like that. So that's a folder at the end that sometimes I need to access. But yeah, that is it for what's on my iPhone, as well as my spring iPhone customization and organization. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, comment down below whether you're customizing your phone for spring. Again, links to my Pinterest board and any useful videos if you want any tutorials. I have made a couple of these videos in the past I will link them below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.